Greetings and welcome to Scape Games. I'm Kedro, the DM here at Scape Games, and you found your way into the second party for this channel. Sit back and enjoy the short-form sessions with the Dragon family and friends. Now, on to the show. Greetings and welcome again to another Scape Games Presents Dragon Family and Friends, and Layden is dying over here on the left.
It's been over 3 hours.
Yeah, we had some setup work to do this morning.
No, it's been 3 hours.
That said, we're moving into our 7th quest line and into episode 20. Who'd like to recap what happened last time?
I don't remember much of it, but I will give it a shot along with a little bit of downtime as some things have happened during then. So, last we left off, I don't remember where we stopped. I'm just going to go with what I remember. We found a cave during some acid rain. Inside, we met a fish man. He said that he can help us by getting us a big crystal. Aetrius had to give up his owlbear egg to get that crystal. Doing that, they were able to wait out the acid rain, continuing on until they found a weird paladin, a giant paladin, throwing lightning bolts at them. After some investigation, it turned out to be a leprechaun.
Yeah.
Freddie McFreeman.
Yes, leading us to a clearing where the origin of this dark rainbow originated from. After burning every single one of them to a crisp, thank you very much, HP, we were able to cleanse the grove and release the skies from darkness. In doing so, we got a couple of interesting items. One of them being a St. Patrick's Day special, a belt buckle that gives us free beer every time we go to a tavern.
Hey.
Hey. And then on our return back to Ravens Bluff, we found a second surprise. Those that hired us, oh dear, it appears that the raven may have, of course,
Something to say about
You
that.
put the bink in my mouth.
100% mom mode.
Suck on this too.
Go to sleep, Mom. I'll stay up and game.
After we returned to Ravens Bluff, we had received a second reward in the form of lots of money and a couple of other items. During downtime, Aetrius was called to the Adventurers Guild to clear out the old elven fortress. So he's been off doing that, and in our stead, the other three had their own things to do, and we begin this adventure from there.
So, with it being closing in on the midwinter time frame, winter storms have begun coming into Ravens Bluff. Nothing overly unusual, just kind of your standard fare as far as that's concerned. Variety of snow, sleet, rain, hail, and back to snow. In that time, it's been over about a month since your last quest had happened, and you guys have been receiving kind of odd dreams. At first, you thought nothing of it, but more and more it kind of moved into a exactly little
Whenever the DM talks.
Should I read it because of my beautiful narrator voice?
No, that's okay. Moved more and more into you understanding that it was focusing around that brand of Orcus. And on one morning you awoke and that brand was lit up in a kind of deathly pallid green. You all opted to meet the following day at Gurneth's Goblet for breakfast to discuss. Yeah, nobody likes Gurneth's Goblet.
Aetrius certainly like he was out of there fast.
Food critic.
Delin, HP, and Lexi, you're seated at a table in the Goblet. Food is being served out to you. It's a fine dining establishment that most nobles and their families like to eat in here in Ravens Bluff. I'll turn it over to you guys for a moment.
I've never had a bad meal at this place, and I've been coming to here for years. But my little raven over there, I don't know that he likes it that well.
He's just tired. Such a good menu.
Food critic.
So, I hear the food's delicious, yeah?
Oh, it is so great. But did you see who was over in the corner over there? Oh, I can't remember her name, but she is a not very nice woman. And
What family?
I want to say the Taylors, but I don't really remember. It's been such a long time, and I went to school with her when I was young.
Okay.
And she was mean as all get out. So I don't know that I really want to go there. So I'm going to just kind of turn my chair a little bit to not have to face her.
And
That's
as
real.
you do that, you notice this female elf in a blue dress with a red beret come walking into the establishment. In her hand is this small green pyramidal style gem that she looks at and then looks in your direction and begins moving.
Oh, how interesting. I don't know who this person is.
Excuse me, are you the Bridgeco adventuring parties?
We are, yes.
Oh, thank goodness. May I have a seat?
Oh, please do. There's one chair left.
Thank you. I apologize for making this late introduction so early in the morning while you are having breakfast. I am Castrin Alia. I've been sent to deliver you a message. And I will place the small little gem on the table.
Okay.
And what you see is it's not just a pyramid directly, but it's pyramidal in the top, then comes down to it with a short square section. And as he sets it down, this green light that's emitting on one end moves all the way to the top and kind of pulses momentarily.
So I'm picking up the gem and I'm looking at it. This is very interesting.
Raven says that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
It does look very unique.
It does. I wonder what it can do. Is it magical?
I will reach over and place my hand on your arm, and I'll give it a good old little tug, and I'll ask, please, I recommend that you do not touch that without my permission.
And I set it down.
And you would realize that this grip that this female elf has is not a grip that a normal elf should have.
My tattoo's
Strong
itching.
there. You know, hurt my wrist.
My tattoo's itching.
Really?
Ooh.
What's going
And
on?
as you start to scratch towards it, you notice that green pallid color is starting to erupt from the tattoo itself. And this is true for all of you.
Oh,
And as you all do that, I wave my hand across my face, and you see 3 glyphs appear. One on my forehead, one on my neck, one on my chest. And you see the female elf like kind of collapse in and then kaleidoscope out, and sitting in her place is a silver-haired half-orc set in black studded leather, and sitting there going, well, it seems I have chosen correctly. Apologies for deceit. Sometimes those with ill intentions have a harder time trusting you. I am Ladon. I have been sent by my patron to evaluate and gain more information. He has sent me with this item that may help with your tattoos, along with my own. And I'll show them the 2 tattoos that I have.
They
One
are
of Team
exactly
One
the
and
same
one of
ones that you
Orcus.
have.
Interesting.
Well, you made the same mistake.
Not quite, but that is a story for another time.
Who might your patron be?
Unfortunately, they do not wish to be named at this time, but I assure you they have the intentions of good and honesty of a contract.
He who must not be
Do you
named.
believe that he's speaking the truth?
Insight check.
oh, can I do deception?
No, that's if you're deceived.
Oh, okay.
17.
12.
I am telling the wholehearted truth.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 19. Plus I have a +3, so.
Okay.
Yep, you guys feel that he's on the up and up.
Alright.
How interesting. But I still feel this little itch.
Well, he does have a matching tattoo.
Yes.
I am curious as to how. I would like to learn that story at some point.
Well, if you'd like to finish and We shall see what my patron has to say.
Sounds good.
And about that point, the light on the top of the pyramid slowly seeps back into it and edges out towards one side. You'd know that this is the kind of directional pointing of what it wants you to, or where it wants you to go.
Interesting.
You're literally not allowed to talk.
Interesting.
Which way is it
I
pointing?
think we should just finish our breakfast because this is going to take a while.
Back out towards the door.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I looked toward the door. Is there anything out of the ordinary there?
Not specific.
Well, if you would like to finish your meal, I can lead you wherever this device that I have been given.
Where did you get it?
My patron is a being that can find anything for the right price, whether it be information, payments of goods, or services. I myself am a payments as well. I work for him, and in return, I get something of worth as well. He has made sure to cover all costs of this endeavor for at least myself, and for you all in the near future, if we continue to
and you
work
think
together.
you can help us get rid of these
Well,
markings?
I have them as well, so we must only hope.
Well, that would be nice.
How do we know? I suppose if we're speaking the truth. Just get nervous that we might be seeking more markings rather than less.
Yes, it's
Oh,
always a 50-50 chance.
Oh, don't worry, darling. It's not always every day that one goes out in the world seeking danger. Unless, you're a bounty hunter, of course.
Oh, we had one of those.
Oh, yes.
He's on a secret mission right now.
Well, understandable. Hunters don't really interfere unless we are going for the same target. And I will lift up a small little patch on my armor, and it shows three bones, one tooth, one finger, and one bone you do not recognize. I have myself my own list of targets, but another time, another story. Come! We have much to do.
Well, I'm up for an adventure. How about you? It's been a while.
I get bored.
And we haven't done it ourselves in such a long time, so even though it's only been a week, that's a long time.
You see me wave my hand back across my face, those three glyphs reappear, a kaleidoscope back into the female elf, and I stand up, and I begin walking off.
Okay, we're following.
Away.
Sachet away. I love this character.
So, following the light,
Yes, definitely.
it leads you back out the door and starts heading you towards the northern end of the city. You all get the impression that you're headed on the main roads towards the gate.
I've not been familiar with Ravens Bluff. Would anybody care to tell me what direction this leads?
You would know better than any of us, wouldn't you know?
I've been here such a long time. It looks like we're going out of the city into the countryside. And
Well, that was obvious from the gate. I was wondering what lie beyond the gate, if I may be crass to ask.
so, how much should I divulge?
I always use an air of caution, but divulge as much as you need.
I would say there's a town about 15 miles away, and there's some homesteads also, and then there's a livery stable on our way. So if we wanted to pick up some horses to lighten our loads, we could do that.
Not a terrible idea.
Always good to have a horse.
Which way does the light say we are going?
More northward, so it looks like it's pointing you direct out the gate.
Well, tally ho onward then.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Nothing that you guys want to do in town before you leave?
I picked up my backpack and
Yes, you collector.
Yeah, just collecting supplies and weaponry.
yep.
Okay. All right. Then heading out the northern gate, you guys begin following the light. It takes you direct north along the roadside. You do come up to the Norwich Greenback stablery, the exterior portion of it. There's a smaller version of it within the city where a good chunk of the actual sales are done, but this one is more where they keep the draft horses and long-term kind of travel animals. The building itself looks to be like multiple barns put together, and very, very old. You see stable hands kind of out in the fields, and there seems to be a halfling on kind of the inside of the door frame area. The front setup of it is very much a open section where it looks like they've got the capacity to just close two large barn doors to frame it back in. So you've got multiple pillars, and then inside kind of a little eatery area, and then a little bit further in is where the halfling seems to be talking to at the moment.
I don't remember. Is it Isaman that is the owner?
Correct.
That's what I
So
thought.
is this where we store our cart with all the tools?
Yes, it is.
Maybe we should take our cart with the tools.
I think we should. And a couple of horses and a wagon.
It's probably a good plan.
I'll ride in the wagon.
Isman, is Isman here?
Yep, you recognize the halfling that's up there as him.
Hello, hello. It's been such a nice time to see you again. We're off to the races and we have an adventure to go on. Wanted to make sure that we could still pick up our cart and a couple of horses for our next journey.
Oh, of course, my lady. We have so many options for you at the moment. It is just a wonderful day out, isn't it? Like, even for as cold as it is, this is such a nice day. It's warmer than it's been lately. How have you been?
Oh, we have been so great. Just have been on so many adventures. Just can't keep them all straight. But by chance, do you have any extra pastries?
Oh, I sure do.
Oh, their
Come with me.
pastries are to
Definitely
die
get
for.
Some before you leave. Adventure, you said. Oh, did you bring back anything fun? Anything new? Anything interesting?
We have something that we're
Working on.
working on that you might know something about for us.
Oh,
I've got an earning of a arachnid control.
earring.
Earrings.
Earring. Just one.
Earning. Yeah.
Just one.
Earrings. Earring. So.
Spiders. I'm not a big fan of spiders. We try to do everything we can to keep them away from the horses, especially the giant ones. They're so big and nasty, and they will eat horses. It's just,
I'm not into spiders
Well,
either.
my, this is quite interesting. These are some sort of this is a rarer version of an animal control ring. How did you acquire this?
One of our fellow
Adventurers.
adventurers, Aetrius, got it for me. He was very handy in that way.
May I take a look at this real fast?
And you can. Here you go.
My. That's interesting. This.
I haven't used it yet.
Well, this could certainly help with the spider problem. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that animal control rings can be applied long term through rituals and other seance spells. Although, of course, I'm not, particular knowledgeable of it. I happen to have an extensive library that allows me to research some of these items on the side of my original tasks.
Ooh, a library.
HP.
Can I check it out?
If we pass by my home city, yes, you may.
Oh, thank you.
I
That'd be
shall-
very nice.
It should be my pleasure.
I'll have to show you some of my books, too.
Well, that would be quite wonderful.
So, HP, are you able to think about a spell that you might be able to use my earring on?
Well, we run across some spiders, I'm sure.
Okay. Will it have to be studied and prepared for, or will you have it at the top of your head?
Well, I do believe that the ring will allow one to control the spiders. I don't think you really have to put much effort into it. even a simple...
Footnote. Aetrius did leave instructions on how to use this.
Okay.
So,
yes.
Okay.
not good instructions, but instructions nonetheless.
Because I was with HP the other day, and we were on a wagon, and all of a sudden this big spider starts hopping on the wagon, and I could not get out of that wagon fast enough in order for me to be out of the way so he could kill it. But he ended up killing it, and I was very happy, and I didn't cry too much.
Well, that sounds very brave for one of your skill.
I do
shall
not like
say.
spiders or snakes.
Understandable. Everyone has their own fears.
But he got it, and it's dead, so we're okay.
Is that what the
That would have been a good time
cinder
to
smell,
practice using that earring.
burnt cinder smells from?
Maybe.
Very well then.
So what do we see around us at this point, besides the barn?
So, as you guys were talking, Esmeron kind of snapped his fingers, and one of the others working for him went to collect your cart and a couple horses. So right about now is going to be when the cart and horses are kind of clip-clopping their way up towards from the side of the exterior barn up to where you guys are at.
Oh, hi, Billy. Such a good horsey. Oh, I have missed you so much. And I get a nudge on the shoulder. Yep. It was so great.
Well, if we have everything we need, I suggest we be off. Time is ticking, and the day will not stay light forever. And you'll see me without any effort just get in the front seat, but I'll be the front seat passenger.
I may need a little help getting up here, but Lexi, why don't you go first? We'll help you up.
I can climb on up. I'm good.
HB, you can sit in the back with the
I'll
spiders.
sit in the back. I got a new trick to show you. Watch this. Shazam! And I float up in the air and land in the cart.
Nice.
I've learned to fly.
Did you seriously just use the fly spell to go 2 feet?
Can you do that for me?
Well, maybe later.
Oh, not now?
No.
All right.
Would you care for some assistance?
Yes, so you take my hand and I'm up on the...
I effortlessly just pick her up by the front of her scale mail and just over the head sets her on the driver's seat.
You know, that was a little rough there.
Well, I could have used some of my tricks, but I believe that was the best course of action.
Well, next time warn a person. I mean, my bum's sore now.
Well, it could be your head
No, that's...
or your back.
Do we really want to continue with him?
I mean, it would be probably be the best. If you would like to sign a contract, that would also be acceptable.
What is the contract?
A contract of using fair agreements.
You know, we can always provide it with a rich coat.
Yes, I would rather use a Richco contract versus yours.
But of course.
But I would like to see yours just in case.
Oh, of course. And from out, I reach into my illusion and I take out a silver coin and I go, my contracts are a little different than others. This coin acts as a seer. When it is set in the palm of 2 hands of 2 individuals that make a contract, it cannot be broken without major ramifications. This is a direct gift from my patron. I will give you 1 chance to do it. If not, that's okay. We can use your contracts, and I will fulfill it to the need in the letter. But if we are to have a workmanship of trust, I do not care which we use. I hold my hand out. Very well then. Let us be off.
I am in trouble.
And you see around it just a little bit of white and blue circle, and as we release, it falls into the coin, and I put it away. Now then, I do believe we should be off.
So, as you guys are beginning to trot off, you see Esmeron waving, and bring back good stories! I'm so excited to hear them!
He's such a good guy. I mean, I could not do anything without him.
To my half work.
Do I have any weird feeling or sensation?
Can I look at your hand?
Sure.
There's a little scarring around the side now.
Are we on the yellow brick road?
I think that was there when we agreed. I think that was there before we shook.
Could be.
Could be. Could be.
We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, there's Ravens Bluff down.
Oh, we're
Clear down there at the
So,
bottom.
you guys are here,
Yep.
and it seems to be pointing you somewhere in this direction.
Oh, all right.
That's
So
going to be a long
how do you
trek.
want to make that travel? Like it's purely directional, so it's maybe close, it may be far away.
Teleportation circle.
Maybe at a few levels.
Well, let's go up Crossroads.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds fine. You just have
Okay.
to...
Heading where?
What's the long? What's
Toward,
the dotted
Are we
lines
going down
road,
the
right?
Feldar's Trail?
Yep, the dotted line are
Right.
rougher roads.
Yeah. Like
The
the
black lines are your kind of
Main
standard
roads.
roads.
let's do the standard roads.
Oh, see, I was
Oh,
gonna go off
well,
the
yeah, I was gonna say, let's go the long reach.
Let's go.
'Cause it sounds
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
It
Not
goes
yet.
right next to the big,
Because
the
that would have
round,
been perfect to know.
wooded area.
Oh, well.
So what do we
You
think?
guys, I like
Main
off
road,
the
or
beaten
do we gotta go the long reach?
Well, we're taking a cart, so
So-
the roads might not be doable for the cart.
I'm,
if there's a
are we at-
pathway, there's.
So I'm just gonna hold up my hand, and I'm just going to do a half circle, and from there, where does it sit? Where does like it point? Like
So
it-
in
like I'm standing from
points in between all
I'm
the
going
roads.
from gate
going
from gate end to gate end, and like which like can I get a pinpoint direction of like where it kind of like stops before it like so like it goes like this and then it kind of just like stops at its point.
Yep. So it's taking you almost direct that way.
I guess we're going the rough road.
Yeah, I guess we can go
So-
down Feldar trail and then
Depending on where in this chunk of it that it's actually trying to lead you, you could go up this way and then have it pointing off to the right.
Yeah, it
You could
takes
go
seems
off
like
this
longer.
way and it could be pointing to the left, or it could still be pointing northward.
let's just head down Feldar trail.
Who needs a trail? We don't need no stinking trails.
Well, it could put us directly in line with it. Could save
Feldar
us.
Trail or the Long Reach. The Long Reach was the direction of the direct point up, and
Yeah.
then would have to go over one
Our
of the
wagon's
I-
a four-wheeler.
How about this? We go down the Feldar trail. We get to Dark Hollow. Dark Hollow. I can't read.
Dark Hollow, I think.
Hollow. We get to the Dark Hollow. We go west at Bambarin, and then from there we'll see what happens. Does that sound like an idea?
Potentially, I
dozen
think that's
one or the
actually
other.
making us a longer route. If you zoom back out, you'd be going left and then going back right up towards the top.
So, the
it's
long
okay.
reach.
We can go Feldar Trail or the Long Reach. Feldar Trail is fine because either way, you do Feldar Trail
Ding.
and then make a left and then go to the right at Fallen Tree that we're making the left at, or we take the Long Reach and then make a left direct on Sendrin.
Bing.
Either way.
The long reach.
Long reach.
Long reach.
Okay.
So
Which is hard for us. We don't have a surf reach.
That was.
That's why I haven't seen Servant. They can't.
So you're
Our
Our
taking
reach is better than theirs.
Feldar Trail up to Clintar Ride, or
The
over
Say-
to Ormoran,
Orlum.
Orlim.
Or Liminimin.
Let's say Orlin.
Or
Okay.
Lium.
So our first stretch is this portion of Feldar Trail
Okay.
Then
up
we're
to
gonna-
the
then we're gonna
high
cut-
banked forest.
Then we're gonna cut through the woods to Long Reach. Is that Neverwinter Woods? No,
Not quite.
not quite. Different
That's
area.
much further away.
Yep.
All right. So, beginning your path up that way, that does take you past moss bridges.
We've been there before.
You have
I have not.
sprawling bit of town that is basically the trade hub for Ravens Bluff, the import-export kind of
In the hub
stopping
of
space.
chocolate bacon.
Chocolate bacon.
Oh, we have to stop at that shop.
Chocolate bacon?
Oh, it is wonderful. You have to try. You'll die for it. Trust me.
Oh, I wish I could have died once before, but sure, why not?
Whereas Ravens Bluff handles all of the port trade, Moss Bridges is all of the incoming land style of trade. It is an older city. Originally, it was just a small farmstead, and then built up from there over the years. And it has basically become quite a sprawling area. So think 10 to 15 city blocks wide, of actual crammed-in things, surrounded by a variety of warehouses, whether they're dry storage, cold storage goods and things like that, or where the animals are coming into. Those tend to, the animal pen portions tend to be further towards the high bank, rather than towards the Ravens Bluff side of things.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a good thing I wrote all that down because I hope I won't forget it.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're recording.
I don't get to see it till after it's posted. So
The ultimate DM notes.
he doesn't take any.
That's right, I've got this.
Always so much fun.
So, any particular stops in Moss Bridges before continuing on?
The chocolate bacon place.
All right. So you stop in the embroidery store.
Embroidery.
Yep.
Yep.
No curtains.
Yep.
And I bought some of those curtains, remember? And they fit and look so great in my castle.
Wait,
I
you have your castle?
probably need some for the mansion.
What?
Probably.
It's a white
All right.
castle.
All right.
So stepping in
I'm not
there,
even gonna question
Slide
it.
on in.
you see that there has been a bit of remodeling. There are a variety of window curtains, basically just all around this circular room. The center of which looks to be a water fountain that's flowing chocolate and has several stacks of bacon on either side.
So I walk over to the fountain and I get one of their little cups and I dip it in the chocolate and pull it out and get a piece of bacon and dip it and start eating it.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Lynn, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, just wonderful. We were coming through your wonderful little town and needed to stop here. I also need a set of blue drapes, if you could have those delivered for me.
Oh, certainly.
Maybe
Any
20 by
particular
40?
color of blue?
Oh, royal blue, please.
The royal, the elven royal, the human royal.
Oh, let's do the elven royal.
All right, cerulean it is.
And I hand him 50 gold pieces.
Oh, this would more than cover it. And he hands you 40 back.
Thank you. Shall we pick up some bacon, chocolate bacon to go?
Sure.
So we're going to do that too, and I'll give him another 5 gold.
All right. You see him kind of put together a small writ, hands it to you. It basically states that you're to take receipt of these, that they'll be delivered to your estate probably within the next week.
That's fine. I probably won't be there, but my manservant will be there to receive whoever brings the drapes. And can you
of
have
course.
them hung? Will that be an extra charge?
Oh, no. Don't worry about it, dear.
You want your
I stick my finger in the chocolate.
No, I want
It's
him
fairly
to
dark chocolate.
have the person hang the drapes.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Oh, dark
Yes,
chocolate.
if
We
you
need to
want a
clean that
mansion.
wax out of your ears.
Well,
HP.
Well, you said your manservant would be there, and then you said, "Can you have him hung?" Just a
HP.
misunderstanding.
Oh.
You need to take your nap. Like our
No, I think you
raven.
need to explain better.
Come home to
Will do.
oh boy. How to deal with murderers, part 3.
So
Out of-
I'm
out
all
of character,
set. I
of
put my
course.
money away and I pack my bacon and chocolate.
All right.
Guess we're off again. All right, continuing on from Moss Bridges.
Correct.
The
So
Raven has awoken.
the trail out through the high bank
quite.
forest, long, winding, very rough. So your cart is just kind of moving at a fairly slow pace to not try and throw a wheel, and going over fairly heavy rocks as you're doing so. The journey is somewhat uncomfortable. The sky is starting to turn overcast, and you can see just the first hint of snow beginning to fall.
I get the blanket out from my backpack and lay it across my legs and try to keep warm.
Okay.
What do you want to...
You okay back there, HP and Lexi?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm up front.
No, I'm up front.
I climbed up with you.
Okay, guess I'm
Oh, yeah.
guess I'm rolling into the back with HP to talk about books.
It's a good thing.
So, HP, I heard you're a professor. Is that correct?
Yes, arcane history.
Arcane history. It's good. Gives you both knowledge and experience in the ways of magic,
Well,
both
yes,
new and old.
and I am old.
Well, as a gnome, I
I've
would.
lived most of this street.
Well, as a gnome, I would expect that. Tell me, what school of magic do you study under?
Evocation. I have a tendency to blow things up.
Ah, that explains the cinder and the smoke burns on your coats.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Also, you're probably smelling the sulfur powder that I keep in my
Also
component bag.
Also true. And as I'll go up to rub my face. You notice that on my right hand there's something on one of my fingers. You can't really tell what it is, but you see just enough of it that it looks like it's some sort of band.
Did you hurt your finger?
Oh, no. And I'll show him. It is a wedding ring.
Oh,
I'm actually married.
you're married.
Yes, quite. Oh, that's a story. Now that's a story indeed.
For another time.
We got time.
Okay, that's a time back.
We got time.
Let's hear it.
So, do any of you know anything about succubuses?
Just a little.
Well, I've read about them. I've never met one.
Well, if we can send you to travel, you might meet her. My wife is a succubus. The story is kind
That's
of...
who you're working for.
Oh, no. She's my wife.
You said you were married.
I know.
Then that's who you're working for.
Oh, no. The one I'm working for
So
is
it's an
my-
unhappy marriage.
Oh, no, it is a very happy marriage. It's just that, as a bounty hunter, I have to go out and hunt down contracts of my patron. My wife is the secretary. It's very happy. I'm very happy with my job. And,
As long as you do what she tells you.
well, of course, technically she is the one that hands down contracts to me. She was the one that was able to send this to
So
me.
you do work for her.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now we get to the truth.
Okay. What about you?
Is she your patron's right hand lady?
Yes and no.
or Gal Friday?
No, well, my patron is one that seeks more of legal contracts and acquirations of other possessions.
Ah.
They are not one that
Those
feckles.
tend to be very picky on their contracts.
Technically not a devil, but close enough.
Do you have dead bodies at home?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! If we have dead bodies, it is because they are for proof of completion of contracts and that sort of things. We have to make sure that our contracts are filled to the letter. Of course, being a bounty hunter
When you're
is.
done with those dead bodies, we know a person back in Ravens Bluff named Myth Kalen. He could probably take those off your hands. He's really good when it comes to hands.
I have a feeling that I've said something and you've told me something. I may want to try and get my memory wiped for that. Never mind. But yes, I am a bounty hunter. I am married to a succubus. And it's actually quite happy. I'm actually quite happy with it. Because, and it's not the fact of procurement and all this devilry worship. No, it's
Sounds very kinky to me.
honestly, that's what would have happened if the contract had not stated as such. Anyways, what about you, HP? In your long life, you must have had a few lady friends that you shared.
I've had a
with.
lot of lady friends, but I'm a lifelong bachelor. Too much time studying to settle down and have to put up with all that.
Oh, there must have been at least one lady that you could have had at least a fonder eye for.
Well, when I was young, way back in school and stuff. I did have a crush on him, and my heart got broken, and I never really recovered from it. So here I am, stuck in my studies.
Well, that's quite unfortunate.
I do have quite an extensive library.
That is quite nice.
And I think he said that 3 times already.
Yes.
He is in love with his library.
Almost as fun as my chemistry set.
I forgot about that.
Oh god, he's an alchemist.
Gotta do something to pay the rent.
Wait.
I didn't tell you I live above the magic shop.
You see me actively get as far away from you as possible. I am actually scared of what you just said, of your chemistry.
You've heard of notions, lotions, and potions, haven't you?
Unfortunately, it was my first time in Ravens Bluff. I did
you'll
not have
to-
enough time
You'll have
to...
to stop by there because downstairs, they got everything a magic user can use. I live upstairs. My apartment's upstairs, and I provide them with potions that they need at times
Well,
to pay for the rent.
well, that's... it's interesting. I wonder how far we are to our target. I pull out the pyramid.
It doesn't seem to be glowing with any more intensity. It's just still pointing in that direction.
How long till we get there?
Oh, don't worry about it. I got a lot more stories I can tell you all along the way.
No, I guess that's
I'm sure
fine.
glad you got back here with me. The ladies, they don't seem to care about my stories.
That's for sure.
So what do we see along the way so far?
Mostly just road, lots of trees kind of side the road. But everybody go ahead and give me a perception check. For those in the back of the wagon at disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Well, that's an advantage. That means I get to roll 2.
Okay.
20.
I'm too busy putting
Not-
on
not
that rope or tooth on my necklace. Which is one of my marks.
Perception.
8.
Oh, a 7.
All right. So Lexi notices up ahead this like Saint Bernard looking style dog that's just trotting down the road fast as it can.
It's a fast puppy.
I poke my head out.
It's bigger than me.
Anything is bigger than you.
That might be bigger than me.
But we love you.
That might be bigger than me.
But don't go near it just in case because we don't want you to get hurt.
And
Well, St. Bernards are generally friendly.
full disguise
Little
going
animal
on.
handling. Just a little. About as much as this one does.
And
That's
full
true.
disguise is
I
going
got some.
on.
Plus 1, right?
You can see it running up towards your cart. It's veering off just a little bit, so it doesn't look like it's on any sort of intercept course, like it's trying to go around.
But I am very good with nature.
I'm not.
Say that again?
You see that it's running up towards your cart, but it's veering off to the side, so it's not on a direct intercept course. It's trying to go around you.
What are you running from?
Make it
And
in.
you just see this slathery, long, drooly tongue
Duck
as it's
incoming!
Okay, if a dog's that big and it's running away from something...
Does it,
Go
can
ahead, go ahead
anybody
and give
speak?
me an animal handling check.
Everybody?
Just Lexi for the moment.
9.
You do see that it's got a big grin on its face.
Oh,
You
it's
think it's
smiling.
happy.
It's happy.
Okay.
Is there anything I can see in the
Good.
dog that looks out
Where
of
you go,
place?
good boy.
Looks like a what?
That looks out of place on the dog?
Nothing truly out of place. It does have one of those large kind of bundled kegs underneath its neck. Full collar, non-spiked.
Oi!
Um,
Come here! Come here!
and it is still trotting.
Can I use my intimidation to force it back here?
Go ahead and give it a try.
Yeah!
No.
10.
What about persuasion?
So you definitely intimidated it. It kind of stops for a moment and then veers further off to the side. And down the road, around a bend, you hear, "Stop that dog!"
Come here, boy.
Get out a piece of bacon.
Come here. Yeah, you've got some
I brought
bacon
a
for
piece
you.
of bacon and I'm waving it. Here, puppy, puppy, puppy.
You see him kind of... And it turns and starts trotting
There you
directly
go.
for
All
Gila.
right, and I have animal handling, so
All right.
yes.
Go ahead and make a roll on that.
Okay.
See how well he likes it.
I just not gonna like
6.
nobody!
So it comes trotting up at you, but it looks very potentially constipated from that roll.
Oh.
And it's like, huh?
Do you want some bacon, puppy?
And it slowly sneaks forward towards you.
And
Like it does the full downward dog pose, but high up in the air
good boy.
as it's sneaking its way towards that bacon.
I'm going to throw the bacon up in the air and see if he can catch it.
All right. It goes up in the air. The dog goes up in the air, and the dog completely misses. The bacon lands on the floor. It's like
I'm gonna
it
try and
went
catch
this
the
way,
dog.
and that went that way.
I jump out of the cart and try and catch the dog.
What kind of
Right,
dog
athletics.
are you?
Athletics.
You're supposed to be a good puppy and catch it.
Ooh, that's a flat 20.
All right. You've got the dog caught in your arms, and it's all right.
Good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. Who are you running from?
And you see probably a middle-aged halfling huffing her way down the road.
How big is this dog?
St. Bernard,
Is it as big as me?
basically.
God, this...
This is a heavy dog.
I'm a 6'5" half orc.
And as you're scratching, you notice attached to the collar there seems to be a long looping leash sort of thing.
Huh.
Attached on both sides.
Hmm?
Like you hold up from the back kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Rides it like a horse.
Lift it like a horse. Like it's a halfling. It can
Oh.
really ride the dog.
Oh.
Reins.
I'm still holding... Somehow the dog's holding out while I'm looking at these two leashes like... Huh?
I'll give him another piece of bacon.
He happily takes it from your hand.
Yeah.
Can't miss it that way. And the halfling says, oh, thank you. He bucked me, and I couldn't. Oh, he's so fast.
He's a pretty dog.
And he loves bacon.
Yeah. Oh,
Bacon.
He's gonna have the poops for a week now.
Sorry. You wanted us to get him.
It's okay. It works.
Apologies.
Thank you. And she kind of flops onto the ground.
So why'd he buck you off? What scared him?
I don't know. I was just up the road, and he freaked out and jumped, and off I went, and down this way he went, and I've been chasing him for at least half a mile.
Maybe we should check out what scared him.
Yep, I think so.
Sure.
Headed up the road. What are you doing
Heading
with
up
the
the
dog?
road.
Would you care to come with us? Did you lose anything?
No. We were headed in this direction anyway. It's just not the way that I was hoping to.
Well, would you like to ride in our cart?
No,
Well, we are heading
I'm
opposite
going the way
way.
that it looks like you were coming from.
Okay.
I-
Need
I-
anything before we head that way?
Only him.
I slip in. The St. Bernard literally falls on top of me.
And it goes full paws out in doing so. And then you get big lapping dog tongue all over your face.
Oh,
I'm glad he loves you.
My hair. I just finished getting it braided.
And she stands back up and she's like, Shorty, stop, Shorty. And she grabs the reins and kind of pulls him away. Okay, you're better now.
We'll give him
All
one
right.
more piece of bacon to go.
No! Save it for whatever's bugged him. If anything that can bug this thing, which is bigger than me,
Well, we have 2 pounds of bacon and chocolate.
Maybe it just saw a
why would
snake.
you buy 2 pounds of bacon and chocolate?
Because it's really good.
I don't like dark chocolate.
Oh, you snooze, you lose.
We'll eat it. Maybe it just saw like a snake or something. Maybe it's
A snake.
I don't know.
Do you
but let's check it out.
understand? Do you understand what can scare these things?
There's plenty of things that can scare plenty.
True. I don't know why though. So let's just go.
So you begin walking up the road, and you can see that the road forks into 2 different paths. There's a bit of a side hillock to your right, forest-ish area to the left, and then at the split of the road, there's also another raised set of hillocks. As you get up there, go ahead and make perception checks.
Perception. 13.
Okay.
And while that's also happening,
19.
I am.
HP.
I'm putting my hands.
Looking.
I'm putting
I was
my
looking
hands
this time.
together, and I'm making a swirl motion. And from the grips of my palms, you see a beautiful short sword appear with a bit of light blue energy, and I have it out, which is my packed weapon. And I'm just looking around because something doesn't feel right. But yeah, I only got a 13.
I got a
Alright.
15.
Okay. What'd you get,
19.
HP?
19.
19? All right. Oh, do you need cuddles? Come here.
Oh.
There you go. So with the 19, you definitely see that there's something in the brush up ahead.
Oh, there's something up there in them bushes over there.
Why don't you go invisible and check it out?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, missed.
Well, we send the raven.
Did it?
I will. Hold on.
Too much that.
Do you have a bow, halfling?
I do have both.
Cool. I'm gonna grab her shoulder and I'm gonna go. Away we go. And I'm gonna misty step out to that cliff. Which,
So you Misty Step will take you 30 feet.
yeah, I think that is. I don't know how many.
Each one of these is a square.
I'll walk forward about. I'll walk forward about 10 feet. About. I can't. It's kind of hard for me to tell. I think I should be able to do that.
That's 10.
1, 2, 3, 4,
not far.
5.
30
Okay, so
is going to get you...
I'm just gonna go straight
About that.
diagonal. I'm gonna go straight diagonal up that cliff.
The one to the right?
Yeah, the one to the right. And I'm also taking Lexi.
Do me a favor.
What?
Just give me a heads up next time.
Well, I mean,
He didn't
it's,
give me a heads up either when he put
more
me
fun.
into the wagon.
it's more fun like that.
Debatable, but that's alright.
Do you have a D20?
It's an advantage point.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a decent advantage point.
And so I'm gonna try and look into that brush as well.
We could
Okay.
have just sent
You mean
the
under,
raven.
What
It's
was that?
okay.
Give me an
He
investigation
doesn't know
check
we
at
have a raven,
disadvantage for
probably.
as
He
far
may
as
not
you
have
are.
even seen it yet.
Oh, well, I would have moved up to
The lone Mr.
that.
Cuddles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still
Edge.
looking into brush
Mr.
from...
Cuddle's hiding under a blanket
30 to
because
40
there's
feet
a
away.
big dog.
Oh, hi, but investigation.
I
Yep.
don't know that the raven liked it either.
13.
13.
Not terrible.
You definitely think that there's something in there. You're just not sure what. But that the bushes there are definitely moving.
I flip my sword
Yeah.
around so that the pommel is facing outward and the blade faces my arm. And from the pommel you see green. Lexi will see green light forming. Eldritch Blast
All right.
for
And with that-
120 feet.
And we'll move into initiative.
Ooh.
And we'll pause and start this up next time.
Alrighty then.
See us on Rumble, YouTube,
And switch.
and Twitch. See you next week.
Adios.
Thanks for stopping in to watch Dragon Family and Friends. If you found this to your liking, make sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell, and tell us what you liked and didn't like in the comments section down below. Now, where did that mascot get off to?